G'day, and welcome to Sentry Placement Badwater Point D. From here we'll be covering the capture point from C down to the bottom basin. We'll cover all the points that we can, and we'll give you all the information you need. So, Sentry Spot 1 will be right in this little room here. Set up your sentry here. Give yourselves a bit of an angle. You cover the inside of this room, blocking off a vital side path. Now with our sentry up here, we can also play Block the Spy.
Dispenser going up.
Just like our previous two videos, we disallowed the spy from jumping over. He'll have to play clip-on ledges or jump up into your face. However, that leaves him quite vulnerable to us just shooting and spy checking him. Even use a Wrangler to do it too, and that'll do a lot of damage to him. Now, the reason why you build in here is you can cover these windows from being spammed out of, and helping support your fellow engineers who'd be building down below there. Now, if an Uber or a demo man come in here, it's best just to let your sentry go. However, if they're pushing in by themselves, they're more likely going to be killed by your sentry. And if you have a rescue ranger, you can stand a bit further back from the attacks and give your gun a little shot and heal it from back here. And it still gives you the chance to jump down and get away if need be. However, you're very limited on what you can aim with your Wrangler due to being blocked in a small room. So carrying a pistol in here is completely fine. You can use a Wrangler to help deter an Uber while you get away, give it more shielding to take longer to take down. Overall, this is a pretty nice spot if you have a teammate, once again, down below there, defending the cart while you defend a flank route. This spot gets a 4 out of 10. Great if you got someone down below, terrible if you don't. Now for our next spot, we can fall back a bit and cover the room there with our sentry from here. We still cover the windows, but we do give them some ground in there. However, if we have a pyro, a demo, a heavy class in there to guard that first room
Mission ends in 60
and
seconds.
deter Ubers, we're in a great zone. Our only downside is we have to watch this back for any spies. You could use a sentry's or a dispenser or a teleporter and put it there as a warning system. Wrangler we can cover inside that room and a little bit outside those panels
Mission
when
ends in
they're
30
open.
seconds.
This is, once again, great spot if you've got a sentry outside there helping. Gets the same value as the last place. It gets a 3 to 4 out of 10.
Mission ends
This room
in
has
10
an easy
seconds.
blind spot to take out the sentry being underneath.
5, 4, 3,
Overall,
2,
once again, great for
1.
multiplayer.
Victory.
Our next spot is just right along here.
Sentry.
Just as soon as they have the point capped.
Erecting a dispenser.
This is a great little holdout area if you have your dispenser set up to give you health. You get a bit of cover and
Mission begins
swing
in 30 seconds.
and get back behind your cover in melee intervals to avoid being shot. When they have that point capped, point C, you do have an escape route. Even if they don't cap it, you still have an escape
Mission
route to
begins
behind.
in 10 seconds.
However, you do have to be
4,
very aware
3,
of spies.
2, 1.
Spies can hide in these corners, top of your dispenser, come from your right, behind. So you have to be extremely aware that there will be spies around here. But it can also be used by a heavy, demo, soldier. You can get a lot of classes that can just come around and use the corner to spam at your sentry. Your teammates will have to be up here giving you support, and if they fight back here, they have their sentry to cover them while they fight. Even if they're hiding over here, the sentry still has them covered. Now, with our Wrangler, we can cover any enemies that walk along the top, in our little window, side. It's very possible to do a lot of stuff with the Wrangler out here. We can push back Ubers, players that try to hide behind the cart. There's a lot we can do with this sentry position. But since it's so vulnerable, if you do not have teammates out here, it's very low. However, we can boost up our sentry, and if we have our rescue ranger, or you're good at rocking hauling, you can bring it up here, or even if you have enough metal to set up here, put up a teleporter, bring your sentry up. You get some high ground, and you get to cover the cart still. A little less noticeable, a little harder to spam out. However, if you fall down and you don't have a rescue ranger, it's going to be tough. So getting your sentry up there is useful. However, you have to be very careful with it. Because if you fail your jump, because you clip that ledge, you kill yourself because you took a hit before your jump happened, or you miss your jump entirely, it's going to be very, very difficult for you. So overall, this is a nice spot. Same with using your upper portion as well. Lower ground, I'd give a 4. I'd give a 7 to using up top. However, you have to be very quick and skilled with rocket jumping. Rescue Ranger is optional. However, getting the hang of rocket jumping with your gun will work. Or, if you just need a quick build,
Building a sentry.
you can bullet jump.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
However, it may take a few bits of practice, but it is possible to get up there with a level 1. You may have to move your gun closer, experiment, find what works for you.
Mission ends in 30.
Our next position is this backyard here. As a lot of you know, snipers
begins in
love
30
to come up
seconds.
here. Soldiers, demos, snipers, anyone who can get range on a gun from up here. So, if we build our gun right
Sentry
here,
going up.
we cover entrance A, entrance B,
Mission begins in 10 seconds.
and give ourselves lots of cover
3,
using these
2,
two areas.
1.
We also give ourselves cover for anyone trying to escape from over here, and we prevent any snipers from going and sniping from that area. So we tunnel our opponents through this little map room area or through the main choke, which can be very deadly if our snipers are watching from over there. Now, if you want to keep a flow of teammates to help you, stick your exit up top. They'll never know it's there, especially if you keep your sentry out here. Put a dispenser behind the
Dispenser going
tires, give it some cover, and you while you heal up. Just be wary of any spies though, because using these back rails, tires, dispenser, even in front of you off the barrels, keeps them out of line of sight. Just be wary that that can happen. Now, the most efficient way they'll try and get at your gun is through a demo man firing pills or stickies from over the stairs, or a soldier peeking with a direct hit, or an uber heavy coming up this way. There's many routes to take out this sentry, so this sentry gets great support with a few teammates over here. Hence why we put a tele exit here to get them from point A to point B. We give ourselves some backup. We cover this back route. We have other teammates cover the top route, and we slow the enemy down. However, this sentry gun position isn't so vital if you're the only engineer. If you're the only engineer, you still want to be out in this main area. No point in losing out on defense. Overall, sentry spot gets a 5 out of 10 with teamwork involved.
I'm moving this.
And for our last sentry spots, we have underneath these overhangs. These are a competitive spot and a traditional spot. We can cover ourselves from here through anyone spanning through the window or who has gotten over there with our Wrangler. However, we do have to be prepared for Ubers coming down here or anyone dropping down.
Packing up.
If we move our gun to the other overhang,
That was getting heavy.
we have to be aware of anyone who can spam from that window, along the railing here, up the ramp, and anyone who may drop down from the window. However, if they're in the air and you have level 3, they will get pushed to the other side of the map. These spots have been time tested and tried, teamwork or not. You'll have a sentry to help defend. Just make sure to keep yourself safe in the back with a dispenser for health, since there's only one small health pack and one big health pack in this area. Having a dispenser here will greatly keep your teammates alive.
Mission ends in 30 seconds.
And since this is a competitive spot, you know there will be teamwork involved. In public games, just be aware that there may be no teamwork unless you're playing with friends. Overall, this spot gets an 8 out of 10. Time tested, tried,
Mission ends
still a
in
bit of
10
flaws to it,
seconds.
but it's still a classic.
5, 4, 3, 2.
So, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share. This finishes up our Badwater series.
Life O'Reilly.
Our next series was determined by vote, and our vote says upward. So next map we'll be going over is upward from
Mission
A
begins in
to
30
final.
seconds.
Thanks for watching again. Let's build something in the next one.
Life O'Reilly.